Now we're going to cruise along on the Nile, stopping at a few temples along the way. First one is Kom Ombo. You can still see the original colors surviving. This has been here for 2,000 years. And we ran into a funky outdoor cafe in the neighborhood with some live music. Back on board our ship, we continue cruising north on the Nile. And tonight's dinner is a fancy dress-up affair. We get to wear our galabia. That's the Egyptian dress. It's very inexpensive to buy these things and bring it home as a great souvenir. Next morning, we visit the ancient site of Edfu.
We are in the town of Edfu. It's halfway between Luxor and Aswan. The people here at Edfu, they are mostly farmers of sugarcane, and they work in the sugarcane factory, which is here. Okay? So the population of Edfu is approximately 3,000 people. Okay? So it's very small. This is another Ptolemaic temple built by the Ptolemies, but its style is Egyptian and it's dedicated to an Egyptian god. One of the main things that the Ptolemies did when they came to Egypt, they worshipped the Egyptian gods in order to appease the Egyptians. Okay? This temple took approximately 180 years to construct, from 237 BC until about 57 BC. There are no additions here that were made by any Roman kings. It was built solely by the Ptolemies. Ptolemaeus, that's the correct pronunciation. You can see the two feathers, E, and the folded cloth, S. Ptolemaeus. So each and every part, whether it's of the columns or whether on the walls, you can see reliefs everywhere. But in general, this would have been a very, very dark area, very sacred area. This is the shrine, the granite shrine. This is the only example that you will see in any of the temples that we're going to visit of a shrine. It was inside the shrine that the golden statue of Horus was kept. Each day, the priest would come over here, take out the statue of Horus, put it on the pedestal over here where there was a barge. It shows how it looks like when it's put on the pedestal.
The Temple of Edfu is a very special place because it's the best preserved of all the ancient Egyptian temples. Back on board the ship, there's wonderful sights to see as we cruise along, passing small villages on the Nile. You'll see people fishing, you'll see the farmers out tending their crops, and then there's more stops along the way. Here's the ancient temple of Esna, also well preserved with its original roof intact. And a fascinating little village where they're eager to sell you some materials, some clothing.
Excuse me? Come take a chance, please. Take a chance. More. We keep our business side. For $1. Any one of those.
What's the one is cup?
And these fellows are ready to bargain. So you can offer him half what he's asking. And even what they're asking is so cheap, a couple dollars for a garment. If you want to buy some more cotton goods, that's the place to do it.
Just look.
But like they say, no charge to look.
Hello there.
And there's other things to look at in this little village of Esna. Here's the locals on a little side street with the mamas in the background. Kids fascinated to see themselves on TV.
You too. Right there. See?
And another odd marketplace. This time we're at the locks on the Nile, and it's a tradition for the locals to stand out on the locks and throw things up onto the ship. And you do your bargaining, shouting back and forth. And here too you get some great values, just $5 or $10 for some beautifully made cotton shawls and cloth covers. The 4-day cruise has lots of attractions along with the history. And then we arrive at our final destination of the cruise, the incredible town of Luxor.